We are live.
Hey y'all, hey!
Hey, hey, hey. We are the ladies of Let's Chat. We hope you guys are getting ready for a great show. Leash, y'all know I'm not the most technically inclined, but we'll get to the last one. Now, I just want to say at the top of the show, Leash, I had a co-host last week that showed up and she shouldn't have been here, and that would have been my fan, you know. I still have no more appearances. It made me look so unprofessional. I was cool, but it was unprofessional. But her Delicious got me hooked up tonight. Miss Fan is not making an appearance. I hope.
I like that Herbalicious.
Yeah, he hooked me up. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. A little sweaty, but I'm good.
Yes. I'm trying to make sure because I can't see the live. I think I can now.
Mm-hmm. Now I can't be chewing gum and walking at the same time.
Listen, look, I'm like, okay, so y'all know we're using a new platform to do our live. So a lot of stuff that we are doing is kind of new to us because we're used to being on the air, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so sometimes we forget, like, oh, we're not on the air because we do so much, especially me. I'm typing, I'm emailing, I'm like, where are you? I'm sending texts. I'm like, okay, are you in there yet? You having trouble? I'm trying to get everybody situated. Hey, Gibbs, hey.
Yeah, we early tonight. We a little
early. Yes, y'all know we got Ty Marshall in here tonight, so we had to straighten up a little bit. Because Ty coming in here, and him and Tip. Hey, Tip, I love his wife. His wife is wife 101 too. T, you will love her. You will love her.
She's awesome. We always they're like the couple, that literary couple that's always there supporting each other.
The relationship goals because they so cute. They act like they 13. They cute. So yeah, Gibbs, we had to make sure we straightened up a little bit up in here. Make sure the back room was all straight, backstage was straight. T put out some snacks because y'all know T can cook. Let me tell y'all, if y'all didn't know T could cook, please believe me, T can cook.
Is up in here,
Listen, her double oven, my double oven is her double oven. Every time she comes to town, I'm like, yes.
I so enjoy it. That's just a form of love, that cooking thing,
Absolutely. I love it, y'all. Let me tell y'all, every little tinker tanker electronic I got in my kitchen. This one right here. That's right. This one. Every tinker tanker in my kitchen. This one. I got a smoker outside. I got an air fryer. I got a regular fryer. I'm working on a bread maker because fresh bread. Oh my gosh.
I know. I started telling you, Leash, the other night about my new toy, but you got me all. You know how I am about bread. So when you said bread maker, right over my head. My new toy, I didn't get to tell you, it's a Ninja Foodie Grill. Girl, please. Why? Well, hubby say, "Oh, that's the new toy, huh?"
Listen. Jonathan's graduation is next Thursday, and I'm like, I bought me some turkey parts, and I'm gonna fry me turkey parts, and he's like, "Oh my God, you are so extra." I'm like, "Listen, you should be happy your mama is extra, boo. Okay. Be happy your mama is extra."
What he be complaining?
But open us up, T. Open us up. Y'all know we get to talking and laughing, and it just be going down from there.
Absolutely. Welcome, everybody. This is Miss Toni, and I got my partner over there, Miss Lissha. We are coming live to you from our Facebook page. So make sure you spread the word, share our page so we can get more tuned in. For all of those that are new to our page, Lissha and I are usually on the radio. So all this up camera stuff is still kind of like to me. But just to give you guys a little synopsis of what we do here on Let's Chat, we started our show as just celebrating literature because Lissha and I are readers first and foremost. We're avid readers. And right now we're embracing the bouginess of our readership, you know. But we do it in a royal way. But now we celebrate all areas of the arts, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's music, literary, acting, songs, you name it, they have been through the doors of Let's Chat. Just check out our archives. You'll be surprised at some of the people that have been through here. But we allow our guests and our listening audience to interact in an intimate, fun, and friendly environment. We get to hear the passion behind what it is that they do. And when we do live, you get to see the passion. And you can also see me and Leash just being me and Leash. So we hope you guys are getting ready for a great show. Our first guest, you know, we cleaned up the studio, got my fan in prop two. She's gone. Mr. Ty Marshall is in the studio. He's gonna be celebrating this Thursday evening with us. Get ready. Ain't no telling what's gonna happen in the chat room.
Listen, y'all. Listen, you know my new thing. I didn't know if y'all know or not, but y'all can listen to your Kindles if you have the Alexa app. So that's my new thing because every book is not on audible, and it kind of frustrates me because I'm always doing something. So my son think I'm crazy because I listen to books in the car while I drive. And so I was listening to Ty's new book, Love Seldom Trust Never. Y'all ain't read that book? Y'all ain't read that? I don't know what y'all doing with your life. Get your life. And then y'all got to get that butterfly too. What is y'all doing with y'all life? These is books out here, y'all, that need to get some eyes up on them. But Ty got this book. He got this character. He done pimped them out from a little kid. Wait, he ain't never 20-something years old. Grown man status. So I can't wait
about those books. This is what people that love reading do. We about books like there's nothing else to be talked about.
Listen, I'm reading the book in the car. Okay, so I'm driving in the car, and Jonathan is like, "Oh my god," because he's like, "It's so embarrassing because you turned it up so loud." So then I start talking back. I'm like, "You crazy? What's wrong with you?" Yeah, I can't tell. I don't want to do no spoilers. I don't do no spoilers, but y'all got to get this new book from Ty because it's on point. It's on point. So he gonna come in here and talk with us about it. Hey, y'all make sure y'all check out our YouTube page for all the replays. We're going to bring Ty in on today and talk with him about what he got going on in his literary kitchen. Hey, Ty.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? I like this.
How are you?
I'm good. Chilling in the house. Just still quarantining. I quarantine all the time, so this ain't nothing new.
Nothing new for you?
No.
Absolutely. Okay. So you got to let us know before we get started what you've been cooking in your creative kitchen. Because, you know, y'all, if y'all don't know, when Ty get quiet, that means he writing. And then when you hear him say hello, first he say hello in his group, and it's like, oh, what he doing? And then he started talking on other social media. I'm like, oh, he got something, and then boom, here it comes.
That's usually, I think that that's the best way to do it. You get quiet, you go to work, and then you come out. People don't really, we authors, so people don't really want to hear what we got to say unless we talking about a book. So if I ain't really got nothing out, I don't try to, be active like that. I try to be working. So, but right now I got, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear some background.
All right, hold on.
Mute your Facebook. Just mute if you got Facebook up, just mute it.
I got Facebook up. Hold on, let me see.
Yep, just mute the page.
I'm new to this.
Yep. So you're gonna go up to the top, and you're gonna right click the top tab in your Chrome.
Yeah.
Right click it, and you just say mute site.
Oh yeah, I just exited out everything. You can hear me?
You see how she went through that? You see?
You
see how she just went through that?
Was that better? Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. I don't hear no background now. So tell us what you've been doing, because I know you over there cooking.
Well, right now I'm just in the process of getting all my books into audio. So that's what I'm really doing. I got Gold Blooded coming out next month. I'm gonna have 80s Baby right behind that. So just getting all my books in the audio. Oh, I got David's story from the Circle series that it was taken down off of Amazon. So I'm putting it in paperback. I'm releasing that July 1st. And like you said, I got Love, Seldom Trust Never out right now. So that's what's going on right now. So that's really what I've been doing. And then, you know, Keys to the Kingdom 3 drop later on this summer. So just trying to have, you know, own the summer. That's all, you know.
Listen.
I let everybody put their books out. I let everybody do what they was doing.
What you say? I let y'all eat, so now I gotta.
I gotta come get mine. Then I'm gonna disappear again. Y'all know I'm gonna disappear again, and I'm gonna let everybody go back to eating.
I want you to tell us. First of all, the cover. Y'all know we are book bougie, and I stopped saying book bougie. We just like what we like. We like clean, crisp covers. Toni, like, no, we bougie. But tell us about the cover. First of all, where did you get the concept for the title and then the cover? Because it really speaks to itself. It doesn't have any bodies on it. It's just the words speak. Everything speaks.
Well, if you look at any of my covers, I don't like people on my covers. So if you look at any cover of my book outside of Gold Blooded, and it's just like from here down, like for the reader to come up with the characters in their mind. I feel like when you put a person on that cover, it kind of gives a person, and then you read in the book like this person don't look like the person on the cover. So I'm big. I don't like people on the cover. And then this one, I just wanted the words because of the name of the book, Love, Seldom Trust Never. It's kind of like that name in itself. I really just think that it needed to be on the cover by itself. Nothing crazy around it. Just telling you that. And by the time you get to the end of the book, you will understand what the front of it, you know, what the words mean by Love, Seldom Trust Never. So I just wanted to be simple. You know, it got like the duct tape and the blood on it and all that. We got to give it a little something. But I just really wanted the words to speak because everybody's like, yo, Love, Seldom Trust Never. What is that? But when you read and you figure out what's going on, you kind of understand the cover a little more. And you kind of understand the title a little more.
Listen, all I could say was, yo, he was like, what?
I see you talking about my young boy. I see you talking about my young boy. They all said they were in my readers group calling Issa Tenderoni because he's so young.
Listen. I don't know. Okay, so tell us the concept of the book. Where did it come from? And then I also want to speak on the opening, or not even the opening, the funeral, because the funeral part after the funeral, you know what it put me in the mind of? Remember on The Godfather when they was in the garden and the dad was dying, but he was trying to explain about who was going to come to him and how he's supposed to react. You remember that? That's what I thought about when he got out that car. I was like, you dirty.
He said what he said to Godfather, the person that comes to you to set up the meeting is the person that you can't trust.
Yeah.
Told him in The Godfather. So what happened with now, I don't know if you know this, but Love, Seldom Trust Never was actually a short story in Goodfellas, the book I did with Carl Weber.
Okay.
It came from that. So I never liked the story in the book.
Really?
I felt like it was so short. I didn't really get the but I had to turn it in. I had a certain amount of word count, so I had to take so much out of the story. And I was like, I don't really think that it came across who these characters were. So I wanted to expand on the story. I put some of the stuff that I wrote originally back into the story, and then I added like 30,000 more words, and then I put it out so I could be happy with it. Because I wasn't happy with it when it was in Goodfellas, because I was reading it knowing like, dang, I took this out. This is supposed to be here. So I never was happy. So I was like, when I get a chance, I'm gonna write this out as a full book, and then I just did it. So that's actually where it came from. But the story, I just wanted to it's just like some lessons I wanted to do. I this was the first book I really wanted to try to I put the thing in there with like the mental health in there.
Yeah.
You know, I was just trying to drop some jewels in this story, and it was just a story about a young guy who I always look down the road. So I figured like, okay, if I start this character young. I'm writing this as a standalone, but if I ever want to come back to East, there's so much story. He has so much growth. Yeah, he's still young. So a lot of my other characters, like when you meet Sin, he's already grown. When you in Keys to the Kingdom, when you meet all these other characters, they're already grown. So I'm like, I want to take this character and I want him to grow with the readers. So what happened was what happened was I wrote it as a standalone, and the book was probably out for 3 or 4 days, and people like, we need more East. So I'm like, okay, like, so everybody, we want more of this character. So there'll probably be some more coming from these characters, but it won't be a sequel. It'll be more story about them. It'll be them in more stories. Like, it'll be their own book. He's got another book coming, but it won't be Love, Seldom, Trust Never 2. It'll be something else with a title, but it'll be.
Come on now, the way you ended it. You know what? I don't even listen to authors when they say ain't no be no part 2, because next thing you know, 5 years later, you like, these characters was just talking to me.
No, listen what I'm telling you. There will be more East and Samaya, and all, there'll be more story, but it won't be called Love, Seldom, Trust Never 2.
Okay.
It's called something else, but it's gonna be more of their story.
So this is like a breadcrumb. So you drop the breadcrumb, they got to come back to this one if they want to pick him up. So are you going to cross him over in any other of your other stories?
No, they're going to have their own story. I just don't want to make Love, Seldom, Trust Never a series.
Mm-hmm.
There'll be more books about them, but they'll be called something else. I'll make it known that these books are all connected, but I don't want to. I really, to be honest with you, trapping I don't want to use the word trap, but putting myself into write Keys to the Kingdom, and on the first book I put the first of a trilogy was really like the biggest mistake I ever made.
Right.
Because now everybody's like, yo, it got to be 3 books. Or what if I get to the end of the third book and I say, yo, I want to write more? You know what I mean? Or I wanted to say I could have ended it after the second book, but I went into it writing and knowing, okay, I got to have 3 books. Mm-hmm. So it kind of frustrated me a little bit, so I said to myself, I would never do that.
Mm-hmm. So, absolutely.
We know that you put so much into your stories, but you have all these integrated characters. How do you keep track of them? How do you even come up, and how do you make it all work together? Do you have a board that you keep them all, and who?
No, I don't. I just sometimes when you're writing, like I might write something for a new story, and then I might say, oh, I could bring this character from this story in here.
Right.
Perfect. So it's never done on purpose. It's really like these people are starting to mingle in my head, and I'm like, oh, instead of creating a whole new character, I can bring Sin here, or I can bring Reason.
Yeah.
Or I can bring the only character that I did that with, that I knew it was something, was Reason, because I actually had the idea to write Gold-Blooded before I wrote 80s Baby. So I knew Reason was a character that I wanted to work on, but I ended up writing 80s Baby first. So I made 80s Baby where they were his parents. And I knew Reason, I knew about Reason first, because Gold-Blooded is based on a true story.
Really?
So I knew that story forever. It was just figuring out a way to tell it and adding fiction to it and stuff like that.
Okay.
Absolutely. Now I want to go back. We always talk about a go moment. And the go moment is when thought and execution come together. When you decided to sit down, and I want to go all the way back when you decided to write, what was that like for you? What was that moment that said, I'm about to do this? Because normally we pay attention to how we speak to other people. Yeah. We pay attention to how we treat other people. But if we don't pay attention, we tend to talk ourselves out of everything. We talk ourselves out of $1 million if we could, by giving us a reason why we can't do it right now. Talk a little bit about your goal moment for those that don't know Ty Marshall.
Mine was just really, I came from music. I was doing music. Like I always been, I never really had those moments, because I'm always the person. My wife will tell you, I'm always the person. She always say, yo, baby, you'll say something and you'll do it. You're going to see it through. If I say tomorrow, I'm going to open up a hot dog stand in Piedmont Park, I'm going to be selling out hot dogs, because I'm just like that. I have to do it. So with me, it was really just, I was in a moment where I did music. I was in the music business for so long, and I was just I couldn't find my next thing. I was I was thinking about going to culinary school. I was just trying to find the next thing. And I've been on your show plenty of times, so you know the story about me and Tiff. I tried to get her to write a book. I ended up writing a book, and I found like, oh my goodness, this like kind of replaced music. So that same love, and me trying to trick her to write a book, I accidentally found my new love, and it gave me the same feeling that music gave me. And actually it gave me a better feeling because I always explain to people always, and not to toot my own horn, people always go, Ty came in the game and it wasn't like he was a rookie. It was like he came in, he was, but that's because I had so much experience writing music. Writer. So I knew how to tell a story. And it was almost kind of like it was the handcuffs being taken off me, because in music, I have to convey a story to the listener in 3 minutes. In the book, you giving me 300 pages to tell you all these details that I couldn't tell you in a song, because you wouldn't sit in the car and listen to all the details or the setup for the, for the plot twist and all that. So it kind of like when I started writing books, it was like, oh my goodness, I can do this and I can do that when I couldn't do that in song. And then I didn't have to make every other bar rhyme. So it was like, hey, this is kind of not easier because it's not, but it was like, okay, this is different. But it gave me the same fulfillment, and I just jumped into it with, I think my first year out, my first 2 years out, I think I put out 5 books because I just was like, oh my goodness, it was like, oh,
it was coming out.
Like, this is great. And then I would honestly say my process of putting out books slowed down because the book business part of it. The books is the fun part. The industry and the business part of it kind of soured me on that side. So it kind of slowed my progress down. And then I just, as you see now, I just came back. I put out Love, Seldom Trust Never. I'm back hitting because I had to shake that off. I had to shake that off because I just, the book side of I talk to Kawan about this all the time. I always go, the book game is WWE. Like fake wrestling. It's like a lot of fake love. It's like a lot of fakeness. Like it's hard to find the real everybody. I guess because we write fiction, people pretending to be people, so they feel like that works. So it just, I'm not like that. Like Lissha, you've met me plenty of times. I'm the most regular person. I just do a job that people like, but I'm regular. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to portray anything. I'm actually happy like that I'm at this point in my life. Like I went through, being in the streets and doing that. Like this is the happiest part of my life. Like I got a family, you know what I'm saying? I drive home and I'm not looking in my mirror for cops because I'm not doing nothing criminal. Looking in my mirrors because I'm a black man. So, that's always the nervous thing. But to be in this, I always be like, yo, people in this game are so, like, we're writing books. Like, we're not selling drugs, or we're not on the corner. We're not shooting. Like, why y'all take it so serious? Why everybody take themselves so serious? And I just, like, this is just fun to me. And it didn't get fun for like a year. And if you notice, I didn't put out a book for like a year or two. It kind of just I just fell back a little bit because I kind of just was like, man, I ain't feeling it. And I would say like Kawan, my wife, big, and Michelle Moore is one of the people who always in my ear like, come on, Ty, like don't let the business fool you. Like don't let it hit you like that. You talented, people mess with you.
Right.
Because I expect people to be a certain kind of way, or I expected leaving the music business and coming to the book business for it not to be the same type of stuff, but it is. And so I was just like, all right. So, okay.
But you know what though? In business, they always talk about a business, and they always talk about the art of the pivot. I think we did a show.
Yeah, the 1%. What you know about 1%?
So now I talk about the art of the pivot. So is that about the same thing? When you get frustrated with the industry, you haven't learned how to pivot through a new industry yet.
And that's what happened. It says the iteration of your first goal is never the end result. The magic is in the pivot. I know what book you read. I'm reading the same book, please. And that's the truth. That is, and this is what y'all seeing right now is my pivot. What y'all seeing is I know how to, I know how to navigate. I know how to keep my mind clear where I can write the books and not worry about, oh man, this is happening or this is happening behind the scenes. It's just, and what I realized, because I'm an independent author, there's nobody that can only stop me.
Yeah, that's right.
That can stop me. Nobody, I don't want to deal. I don't want to sign with a major. I don't want to be. I did the thing with Carl Weber for a look because I figured getting a book in Walmart would bring more readers to me, and they would go find my independent books. So
But
it's not
really, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, so
when you link up with people, that's what it's for.
Yeah, so I'm not chasing the deal. I'm not trying to be anywhere. And then I just do my own thing, and I build my relationships, and I just do it like that. And I realize that nobody can stop me but me. So I put out my books. I decide when I'm putting out a book. I got my own website. We in the world where you just upload stuff to Amazon and you go. So it was just like, okay, so I really had to just shake that off. And then this is what y'all seeing now. That's why y'all just see me coming. This stuff I've been holding, and I'm like, okay, I don't figure it out. I actually just got a text from Kawan yesterday about something about that. He was like, I see you. He was like, oh, you gotta figure it out.
But listen, I think that becomes, a lot of times when people get into the literary world, they don't understand that literally you are a business and there's a whole process to that. And when they have to learn how to go through that, sometimes they're knocking around in the dark because they don't understand the process and what to do. Then it's like, well, I don't want to write anymore. It's not fun because you didn't learn the business side of the writing. You got to know what you know because you know it, not just because somebody told you. And so you got to learn these things. And you mentioned that you were reading a book. Talk about the book that you're reading to help broaden your business sense.
It's called The 1% Rule. That's the book that I'm halfway through it now. So it's just about the process of about how you go through stuff and you realize like the reason why people stop or don't reach their potential or achieve the goals that they're setting out for because you have outlandish expectations. The 1% rule is just about every day moving 1% closer to your goal. And as long as you're doing that, you're doing something. We always try to, we decide okay, I'm going to start a publishing company. I'm quitting my job. And then tomorrow I'm going to be making $5,000 a month to cover all my bills because that's what I was making at work. It don't work like that. Then when that doesn't happen, you quit. You say, oh man, forget this. I'm going back to work because it didn't work. So when you do that, when you go the 1%, think about if you move 1% towards your goal every single day. It's 365 days of the year. So in a year from now, you'll be 365% better than you were the year before. 1% every day closer to your goal or whatever you're trying to do, you'll eventually get there and get past it.
Right.
That's what I've been learning. And the thing about with me was I knew the business side because I came from music. So I don't have one of those stories where I'm like, yo, a publisher jerked me or I wasn't getting paid. It was that I thought people were more genuine. I thought it's all love. We all Black writers. Everybody's gonna open the door or look out or whatever. And it's not like that. And I came in like, oh, it's like that. And this is what it's gonna be like. And then I was just like, oh, nah, people in here guarding their position or they're
crabs in the barrel.
Crabs in the barrel. And I don't work like that. If this something that I can help up and coming author with, or even an author that's been out before me, if I can, outside of my cover designer, I don't share him. But anything else like a resource, I don't share. People come to me like, who do your covers? I send them to everybody else. So, that's just how I am. But because it's my look, it's part of my
right.
So but I just noticed that what coming into the game, what I thought it wasn't. So, but I don't have a horror story. Like my paperwork has always been right. My money has always been right. I always had a bit. A lot of people don't know. Even when I was signed to Owl, after I released my first 2 books on Owl, I was out of my deal. Every other book that people seen that had the Owl logo on it was really me putting it out. I just kept the logo because that's what people was
right until you got yourself out there. Yeah,
I got myself out there, but those books were like all me 100%. I own those books, so there was never. I didn't have that story. It was more of I just believe people were different. So it just really one thing I learned in this time is if you don't expect nothing from people, you'll never be let down.
That's right. That's true.
So I learned that in this time, so moving forward, I just do what I do. I just stay low. like Biggie said, I stay low and keep firing, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm up firing. I'm gonna let off a couple books, and then I'm gonna go
fall back and reload.
I'm gonna pop back up. So
I want to go back to you said music played a big part in you. And music and literature is pretty much relative to each other.
Yeah.
But just like music and just like literature, you have to know the backside, the business side. And I think that once people find out how much of a business it is, it could be a turnoff or it can be encouragement. And if you don't want to take the time to learn your craft, which is so important, you can kind of get left by the wayside. Can you tell us how important it is to learn your craft, to literally learn your craft?
It's very important to know your craft. And I really think, is that me or y'all? I really think that and I don't like to speak for people, but I think that the urban fiction, African American fiction has become a hustle more than a craft. So I feel like people don't take the craft part serious. It's a hustle. You can write a book today, don't have to edit it, put it up on as an ebook, and now you're a published author. And then you put out 2 books, and then you can have your designer write national best-selling author on the front of your cover, and now you're a best-selling author. You don't have to staff, you know what I mean? So I think it's become more of and people don't really take the time to work on their craft. And I don't want to generalize everybody because there's a lot of great writers out there. But
right.
I think anything you get into, you want to know the business side because there's a lot of money to be made in it. There's a lot of opportunities that you can put yourself in. You have to understand that you are a brand. When you're an author and readers, they like your books, but a lot of readers buy into you.
Right.
So a lot of readers buy into your brand. So a lot of things, that's why you don't see me post just a lot of crazy stuff because I understand I'm a brand. So I just think that that business side I seen when you don't know what you're doing and somebody's in your inbox and they're sending you a contract and they're saying, hey, and you jump at it without really getting into it and understand it, you get messed up in the long haul. Like I seen a lot of not to speak because I don't really like to speak on other people, but I've seen a lot of authors just go through a big mess with another publisher. They got their books taken down.
But you know what? I think it goes back. I want to go back to what you said because it goes back to knowing what you know because you know it. Yeah. And a lot of times your craft and your hustle are as one, but you got to learn them both. You got to understand how to move in any environment. You have so many people that started writing books as a hustle because they knew how to monetize themselves. Really, that's what you're doing. You're monetizing your own skills, your own gifts. You're really pimping yourself out opposed to somebody else pimping you out. But when you get into a contract and you're not reading it, you're not understanding it, and you're going off of emotion of, this is what I want to do before understanding what it is. People look at Amazon as the end all be all. Don't send me no inboxes. I'm just saying it is not the end all be all. Amazon is a tool to get where you want to go.
If you look at right now, you can go on Amazon right now and Love Seldom Trust Never is not available on Amazon as a paperback book. You can only get the paperback on TyMarshallBooks.com. So people have to learn it. You don't need Amazon. There's ways to get money other ways. Build your website. Push the people who you talk to every single day on Facebook to your website.
But some people also start a book. A book market, a market account where you think you're buying it from another person outside of Amazon, but you're really buying it from yourself.
Yeah, that's true too. I just feel like I tell everybody this. There was an author who was on Owl with me. Her name was Ariel Jenkins. She's a young girl. And when the whole Owl thing fell apart, she came to me like, I see you got Marshall. A lot of people don't know I had Marshall House Media before I was ever signed. I was going to self-publish anyway. It just worked out that happened So I had Eat Pray No Love was had another title. I just hadn't put it out yet. It was just that's how it worked out. So she came to me like, well, you're about to start your own thing. I want to come sign with you. And I will tell any new author, anybody, stop signing with these people. If they don't have distribution, there is nothing they can do for you that you can't do for yourself. If they can't get you in Walmart, they can't get you in Barnes and Nobles. Stop signing with these online publishers, these such and such author presents. That's not, you can be such and such author. You just have to put the work in. People feel like signing with an author that has a bigger name with them is like an easy route. There's no easy route in this game. You're going to have to put your work in, because even when somebody that signed to St. Lawrence Press or signed to these, you still got to grind. You still have to promote yourself. You still have to do that. So if you think these are the easy way out, it's no easy way out in this game. You have to bet on yourself. You have to bet on yourself. You have to, the money you make, you got
to invest in yourself. That's right.
Into your promotion. Make sure all your stuff look good. Make sure you look professional. Make sure you have an author website that look professional. Make sure you got all these different things, because there's no easy way. There's no quick fix. There's no get rich fast in this thing. So, but I always tell, there is nothing that somebody that doesn't have distribution can do for you that you cannot do for yourself.
Absolutely.
If they're not getting your book in Walmart and all these different places, they don't have distribution through Kensington or St. Lawrence Press or one of the big six, there's nothing they can do for you. They're going to do the same thing. They're going to take it. You're going to send your book to them. They're going to upload your book on Amazon. They're going to contact KDP and get your books in paperback. They're going to do everything that you can do. Don't be lazy. Do the work.
Well, a lot of times that's because people need an investor. They are lukewarm, so a lot of times we tend to be lukewarm to ourselves. Mm-hmm. And when you're in business and you're lukewarm to your brand, that means that you need somebody to invest in you. I need somebody to do it for me. You know what I'm saying? I need the publisher, because investing in yourself ain't cheap. It is not cheap. It is not easy. And just because somebody else invests in you, they need to get their investment back as well. So you have to look at it, either you're going to hustle for yourself or you're going to hustle for somebody else.
Right? Yeah, I believe you, but I also think that's a misconception too. Not that it's cheap, but it's not as hard as people think if you're willing to do the work and willing to get on. Like the amount of time that we spend on Facebook, people can be on Google or finding connections,
educating
themselves. You can do that. It's not like a magic trick. Like you can drive Uber for 2 weeks and get your money to pay for you some paperbacks, or you could, once you put a book out and you have readers, you can actually put up pre-orders and have the readers pay for the books that you're going to order. Like you can do. Like
that's right.
Ways to, like, you don't have to just sign your life away to somebody who's going to sell your book for 99 cents for you to get 35%. I don't even know what that. I don't even know like how you split those pennies. Like I don't even like how's you like, and people be so happy to, put best Amazon bestseller or national bestseller, but you're getting 35 cents a book because you put your book up for 99 cents. Like you have to value yourself more. You have to, and then a lot of times people get pigeonholed in that. You're gonna drop 7 books for 99 cents. Now you're trying to step out of that and tell people, "Oh, I'm selling my book for $6.99." Or I'm doing, and now they don't want to buy it because you don't watered your brand down. You don't want your value down, and now people are like, why this book ain't 99 cents, or why it's not on Kindle Unlimited, or why it's not this.
Listen, this be my thing about Kindle Unlimited. I always tell authors, do not put your books on Kindle Unlimited, because it's a good thing, but it's not. If you don't have a fan base, it does not work for you. It works against you. And then at the same time, you have to move around. You got to do movement. You got to get yourself around. Social media is only a quarter of what it's going to take to get you where you're trying to go. It's only a little bit of what it's going to take to get your book where you're trying to get it, because there's so many people that are not on social media that read, that you need to grasp.
You know how many people me getting out and being at these book signings that I meet that don't have Facebook pages, or don't have Instagram. And I'm like, I would have never met this person if I didn't get out and grind. So you can only, it's a cap on how many fans you can reach through
social media.
You have to get out and get them hand-to-hand sales, and you have to do those things. And I always been like that because I came from music, so I know, I done stood on the corner and said, "Yo, man, I got a CD, I got a mixtape. You want to buy my mixtape?" And I went that grind, like to being, so I just understood that I'm always gonna bet on myself. I'm always gonna invest in myself. I just believe in that, and I try any author that jumps in my inbox and asks me, "Yo, I tell them that all the time. I can't do nothing for you. You can't do for yourself."
That's right.
So no, I don't want to sign you, but I will hold your hand and walk you through being an independent author. I will tell you, use Ingram Sparks. Don't use Amazon. Don't use KDP. Use Ingram Sparks, because when you get your paperbacks through KDP, as soon as you hit approval, they put your book up for sale. But if you go through Ingram Sparks, you can dictate when your book is up for sale on Amazon. You can order books, and you can start your own website. Put your book for ebook on Amazon, and then have your paperbacks available on your website only. Then wait 6 months, and then make it, and then go on. Then go back to Ingram Sparks and click the button to make it available for distribution. Then Amazon will buy your books from Ingram Sparks and put it on the website. So, so you have to learn. You just have to. People have to be willing to do the research and do these things. So that's why I'll be like, I'm not in search for because in 2 weeks, not to just because I'm not trying to do that, but in 2 weeks of Love Seldom coming out, I put the ebook out for a week, and then I put the paperbacks out the next week. And in 2 weeks' time, I sold out of books three times, and I made what a publisher wanted to offer me for an advance.
That's right.
In 2 weeks, and in 3 days, I made the money back that I invested in printing the book, from the cover to getting it for buying paperback. In 3 days, I made my money back. Everything was profit. Everything has been profit from Love Seldom Trust Never since the third day it was out.
That's right.
And that's knowing the business. That's knowing the business.
And I'm one of those authors who, I don't write fast. I'm gonna put out 2 books a year. It's authors out here putting out 7 books a year and doing it. So if you take that process and you do that and you do it for yourself, you're gonna make a lot of money.
You're gonna make a lot more money. Yeah.
A lot more money. You're gonna make a lot more money. I just happen to be an author who I'm an overthinker. So I'm gonna rewrite. Right. So before I put out a book, I know everybody's like, "Oh, Tom, we want you to put out more books." I'm more concerned that when I put out a book, you're not unhappy. You could be unhappy waiting on the book. Don't be unhappy. Because when you're unhappy after it comes out, then I lose readers. If you unhappy because you're waiting on it, like people, I look at the game, like I pay attention to a lot of stuff. People been waiting on Animal 5 forever. And and when Kawan put it out, y'all gonna buy it up. People been waiting for Keys to the Kingdom forever. When I put it out, people gonna buy it. But I just feel like it has to be, I want you to buy the next book too. I'm not trying to trick you. I'm not saying, "Oh, I know I got this name that people are going to buy because they want to," so I could put out any old thing, because I want to continue selling you books. So I don't want you to feel like I tricked you because I use the name of this brand that everybody, Keys to the Kingdom. Oh, people love that. So I'm like, I could just put out anything and slap Keys to the Kingdom 3 on it. No, I want to Keys to the Kingdom.
Make it right.
It got to be better than 2 and 1. So when I come bring you this next book, or when I come bring you Reason's book, or when I come bring you Emery's book, that's a word. When I bring you these books, you're gonna say, "Yo, I gotta go get that." Like when I brought Love Seldom Trust Never, if you notice, my marketing plan was I put up the cover for Keys to the Kingdom 3 and had everybody excited, and then I said,
drop the book.
And then I dropped the book. Everything I do is on purpose. And then I dropped the book. I said, "Oh, by the way, while y'all waiting on this, hey, this book come out tomorrow." So because I was like, I'm not getting back on social media and talking to people without having nothing to give them. I won't go do a book signing in the same place if I don't have a new book. You got to understand, because I pay my way to get there. Everything is a business trip. So I make it make sense. I can't go back to the same place with the same book, so I won't go. I just won't go. I say, okay, I won't go, but I'm gonna hit that event when I got a new book. I'm gonna jump out. I'm gonna come do Let's Chat when I got a new book.
Because I already know his pattern. I'll be like, "What you working on?" He'd be like, "How you know I'm working on something?" Because you said, "Hey, I know. What is it?"
Because we live in a society where it's a microwave society,
yeah.
Right? We don't live where I can promote a book for 6 weeks now. For 6 months. If I come on Facebook and start saying this book come out 6 months, it's gonna be so many books that come out in that time. It's gonna be so you're gonna forget that I'm putting this book out. So I'd rather come out and say, hey, y'all doing? Hi, it's Monday. This book come out Friday.
Right.
Because it's like, oh, impact. People don't. I see people on other people post. Hey, can you tag me when this book come out? Yeah, because I done told you this book come out 3 months from now. You got so much. You got rent due. You want to know. Hey, it's coming out tomorrow. So that's something I've also learned just by watching and sitting back and being on. And I see other people do stuff, and I go, yo, I'm not doing that. Yo, I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna give. Hey, yo, what's going on? Hey, this thing on. I'm back on Facebook, y'all. But by the way, got a book coming out tomorrow. So that's how it was. I got back on Facebook. I said something. Within 3 days, I had a book out.
But you know something, Ty? You speak into something that I wanted to talk to you about because you do take the time between books, you know, and there's some people that put out 7, 8, 9, 10 books a year. When I've come from the school where I expected my favorite author to put out 1 book a year because I know that that's going to be a quality piece of work. You know, I would prefer quality over quantity.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those people that you spoke of that was late to social media, that was late to Amazon because I've always read, but I've always bought my books or either in the stores or the library. So there's so much untapped territories, untapped readers out there that are not part of this social media realm that we, you know, but I prefer my favorite authors to take their time. I'll wait on the book, you know. I don't mind on the book because that's how I grew up as a reader. So, and I know that you put in that hard work, so I don't expect to spend a 99-cent on a book that took a year to get out. You know, I will pay whatever the author is putting on the spine of that book.
Yeah.
But I don't mind the wait because I want a quality piece of work because I enjoy. That's like my escape time. Yeah. You know, and I make sure that I'm going to enjoy it. And I'm also one of the readers that don't mind have a picture on it because your book is a movie in my head.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I put those faces to the characters. I put the physique to the characters based on what you give us and how I see them in my mind. So I enjoy that.
And just to piggyback off of T, a book, you know, when you put books out, first of all, even if you put out a book a year or 2 books a year, one at the beginning of the year, one at the end of the year, you got to allow people to chew on it. You know what I'm saying? You want them to chew on it. But at the same time, if you know that particular book is like you said, it's not ready, you got to give them something to chew on because ultimately they're not chewing on the book because the fact that everybody enjoys the book means that your book has created legs beyond your pen. So now people have to chew on your pen. It's your pen that they get excited about. So anything that you put out, they're going to be excited about in that instance because there's your pen that's drawing them in. Your pen is their kryptonite. Your pen is what they want. Now, you've written a book. That book been out 3 weeks. That book has developed legs of its own. It's going to move by itself. You can use your readers as your own social media promoters. Your readers are, in the words of June, you know, we love June here, but in the words of June, your readers are your taxi cab. Their job is to go out, get people, put them in a cab, bring them over to Party Author, drop them off, then they go get they people, pack them in their cab, and you never have to do a whole bunch of work all over the place.
I really hope people are listening to what you're saying. Like you're really hitting it on the nail. I mean, as an author, word of mouth is the best form of promotion. I could call my designer and get the prettiest social media post promotion promo picture. And if Lissha tell Miss Toni that this new Thai book is the
Miss Toni gonna go read it.
She's gonna go read it before she gonna say, "Oh, that's a nice picture Ty posted." But if you tell her that this book right here, word of mouth is the best possible form of promotion for any. I've seen it organically, even with this book. With this book, I've seen there's a reader, and I definitely want to say her name. Her name is Morgan Lee on Facebook, and Lissha told her about my book. She read Love Seldom Trust Never. She loved it. I watched her timeline. She went from We Pray No Love, 80s Baby, Gold Blood in a week. She just kept tagging me. And I knew she had just found out about me because I seen what Lanika told her because she tagged me. She was like, I just read this new book, Love Seldom Trust Never by Ty Marshall. I'm going to find all his books. And she just started tagging me. Monday, she tagged me about one book. She was like, I just finished this book. What should I read next? I told her what order to read. And it's just, you see it all because somebody she trusted about reading books told her to read my books. That's
right.
That's how it works. That's how it, like, Lisha's been on me to read T. Styles' Silence of the Lambs for years.
Silence of the Nine.
I finally read it, and I couldn't wait to get in her inbox or talk to her.
That's how it works.
And then Ty's inbox, like, what order should I read your books in? You know, so I'm one of those readers, like, when you read something and it sticks with you, you want to read the whole library, you know, because you know it's a quality piece of work.
And I don't want to say that there's not writers who can put out books fast like that. There are great writers who can just put it out. I just prefer to put a book out and let it breathe because people find it when they find, like, you put a book out, right on top of it, people lose that. If I
how they chewing on it.
Yeah, they lose it and they you know what I mean? Right. So the only reason why I did that this time, because I'm putting out David right away, is because it was released before. It was released on an ebook. It was part of the Circle series. My book was the only book taken down. Every day I get 3 inboxes about people asking me how they can find this book. So I planned on putting it out. So, but what I didn't want to put it out first. I wanted to put something new out and then say, oh, and by the way, here's something for y'all because I'm so thankful for y'all rocking with me. I'm going to put this book out in paperback so y'all can finish this series because David really doesn't do anything for me. That was me putting out for my readers. That it doesn't really, you know, it's not really, it's part of a series that had Treasure Blue, Keisha Irvin, and Danielle Santiago. It really doesn't do anything for me. But I just was like, a lot of readers have found me from looking for that book. They're looking to finish the series. So they're like, oh, this book is taken down. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna put it out. But I wanted to put something. I didn't want to look, and I know this may sound bad. I didn't want to look like I was trying to beat a dead horse. I wanted to give the reader something new and then say, oh, and here about it. If I would have put it out the other way, they'd have been like, Dad, first of all, Ty ain't dropped a book in 2 years. Then he put out something that was out before. He re-put out something. I was like, nah, I'm gonna give y'all something new. Then so I knew the whole time I was gonna drop David, but I was like, I gotta give y'all something new first. Just because I value my brand and I value the fact that my readers trust me. They know I've kind of gotten to the point in my career where readers kind of buy my book off of the name on the front.
That's right.
They say Ty dropped the book, I'm gonna buy it. And that comes with trust. That's a trust between me and you. So that I want you to know my name, you know, it's kind of like with Denzel saying Blue Magic. My name is a brand, you know what I mean? My name, they don't know me no more. They know, but I know when people say, oh, Ty's name's on the front of that book, I want to trust. They trust that. I'm not with you. I'm not going to give you no bull crap. I'm going to get, you know, I put my best into this book.
That's right.
So I believe in that. And I was like, look, I got to give these people something new. I got to give them a book. And then I'll give them something. I'll give them something they've been asking for that was out before, but a lot of people.
That's right.
But because I believe in that trust. That trust, you know, keeps the Cash App popping. It keeps my PayPal popping. It keeps my website popping because people trust that they know Ty. When I get a Ty Marshall book, I'm getting quality. He might take forever to give it to us. He might disappear on Facebook, but when he come back, I know he was working. You know what I mean? And I know he's gonna do that thing. So
And this is the thing about a quality book. People will chew on it for years.
Mhm.
You know, Wahida books, people chew on those books for years. They're constantly in rotation. People will read them 4 or 5 times. Or if your pen is twerking, I always say pen twerking, but if your pen is on point.
I didn't want to say my pen don't twerk.
Well, that's it. You know, but this is a twerk, and this is a twerk. When you're doing this is a twerk, right? So people are gonna chew on that, and they're gonna read it multiple times. They're gonna read it over and over and over again. So if you say the book don't come out till January, it's like, oh, but then they know I'm about to go read this 4 or 5 more times. Because really, I don't know. Me and Toni can always attest to this. You always find something you miss, just like a movie. If you watch a movie 10 times, you'll be like, no, I didn't even notice this right here like that.
I always feel like books are new to a person who never read it. Right? I never know where a reader's going to pick me up. Just because Eat, Pray, No Love was my first book doesn't mean that's where a reader's going to find me. They can pick up 80s Baby as their first book, so I always try to put my all into each and every book, because you never know where a person is going to find you.
Absolutely.
And I always say that books are not like music. Music is timeless, and you can listen to a song and tell what era it was. You can listen to Nelly right now and say, yeah, that was early 2000. You know what I mean? So I understand, but with a book, when you read it, it's new to you. It doesn't have it. Oh, you can't tell if this book was written in whatever year. Like, this is my first time reading it. So I always believe that. So I don't know if this is your 7th Ty Marshall book. I don't know if this is your first Ty Marshall book. But I don't know if I can curse on here, but I'm gonna show my ass. So when you get this book, you're gonna say, I'm a Ty Marshall fan.
Absolutely. You know, we love it when you come and kick it with us here in the chat room. We always just love connecting with you, because it's always love. It's from day one, it's always been love. So, but you do know, here in the chat room, we do a little fun with our guests. We like to have a little fun. Listen, but we do it because, look, we like our listeners to be able to experience the author. Really, when they experience you, that is part of that packaging. You know what I'm saying? Your personality is part of the packaging. That's the eye candy that draws people into the book. Your cover, your synopsis, the way your name lays, the colors of the cover, but your personality. So when they have not experienced your work, they're experiencing you.
You just hit on something crazy, right? I never addressed this before. You said the way your name lays.
Yeah.
You know how long I decided if I was going to go by my full name, which is Tyrell Marshall or Ty Marshall. And I went over and I said, yo, Ty Marshall just flows better on the book. And that's crazy how people don't think about that. How that's part of the brand, like how easy it is to say something. Like we say Jordans all the time. Like if Air Jordans were called something else, it might roll off your tongue a little different. They didn't call Michael Jordan sneakers, they called them Air Jordan. That's very important. I'm glad you touched on that, but I digress.
So we're gonna do a little fun. We're not gonna do nothing because we got our next person popping in a minute. So we're gonna do something real quick and fun. But I don't come up with none of the questions. I just want to put that disclaimer out there. That's not me. That's all T. I just sit back and let the magic happen.
But Ty, you already know how we do.
Yeah.
So there's some people in the chat that saying hello to you. You got Mac the Goon McCray said, "Cousin, I see you." You have
yeah, that's my cousin. He's actually doing the Ty Marshall. I love Ty Marshall books shirts. That's my cousin. He has an apparel.
Hey, cuz.
Yep. Well, they're all in the chat room. They're all in the chat listening. They're enjoying the show. But a quick brain teaser for you, because this is one of my favorite ones. So I see you've been enjoying your libations, your glass, because we can see what you're doing. So I'm gonna put this to you and see just how quick you are. Okay, take another sip. Okay. But this is a fun brain teaser. You gotta listen closely. Okay. So there's 30 cows on a farm and 28 chickens. How many did?
Say that again.
There's 30. Can you hear me?
I hate it.
Okay, there's 30 cows on a farm and 28 chickens. How many didn't?
How many didn't what?
We get that.
Listen.
38 cows.
Leash.
Hold on. There's 38
No.
cows on the farm, and there's 28 chickens.
There's 30 cows and 28 chickens. How many didn't? All right, Leash.
Come on. Say it. Come on.
You got me. And I'm super good at these bones, but that one, how many didn't? And you know the funny part? I heard this one before, and I just don't remember the answer.
Well, we're not gonna tell you because we gotta use it on the other two people. That's not gonna get it either.
There's 30 cows on the farm. 28 chickens. How many
didn't? I got a good one for Sean. I'm waiting for him. All right, give me a final answer.
Who I got? Sean Sinclair coming?
Yeah, 8:30.
Look, that's the homie. Like, I just want to give that man his props because
absolutely
this has another, because I just talked about how this industry is how it is. It's funny. Every time I'm at a book signing with Sean Sinclair, every time me and his paths have crossed, solid, good dude.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that I'm actually honored to be the opening act for Sean Sinclair. He's a good dude, dope pen, cool dude. We always have fun anytime we do book signings together. Good dude. So I gotta say that.
Absolutely.
Well, we're not gonna tell you the answer. We're not gonna tell you the answer to the riddle.
Google it. But don't tell me the answer. I'm gonna Google it soon as I get over there.
I'll put it in your inbox.
Okay. You know, I just want to say happy Father's Day to Sean Sinclair on here too. Wish him
happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Before you head out the chat room, tell everybody where they can grab your books at, any virtual events you have coming up, any events you may have coming up, where they can see you and check you out.
You can go to my website, which is Tom Marshall Books. That same way I spell my name, books.com. You can order all my paperbacks through there. All my ebooks are available on Amazon. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. The Tom Marshall era is on Instagram. Hit me in the inbox. Talk to me. I talk back. You know what I mean? I'm not one of them authors that don't say anything. Hit me up. I like to speak with the readers. I like feedback. I like good and bad reviews. I have tough skin. Hit me up. Let's talk. But go to TomMarshallBooks.com. You can find out everything you need to find out what's going on with me. And I thank y'all ladies for having me. I always have fun when I come here.
We appreciate you.
Always love. I just want to tell all the other authors in the game to watch out for Lissha. If you add a book, she will put you on live undetected. She will walk up on your table and she will be on live. And she will say hi to the people. So make sure you know crumbs on your face because Lissha don't play.
That's so true, Todd.
And Miss Toni, I want to say to you before I get out of here, you have one of the most soothing voices. You're one of the most sweetest people, but you come with them slick questions though. You be sugarcoating all the sweetness, but you be like, yeah, how many chickens on the farm? You ain't know Chick-fil-A, whatever the question.
It's all love, guys. It's all love.
Absolutely.
At least always good, man. Y'all love to y'all, man. And y'all have a good night and good luck on the rest of the show tonight.
All right, Ty. We appreciate you. Ty, Tip.
Yeah, she gone. She left. Her and my daughter, they left. All right, y'all.
Okay,
all right, T.
All right.
Chat.
Oh my goodness. All right. Y'all don't go nowhere. We about to jump into the other broadcast. Give us 3 minutes. We about to have April Ford Kelly up in here. She talking that talk about credit. Yes, y'all know. Don't act like y'all ain't trying to get it cleaned up. She gonna get it together for you. So stay right here. We'll be right back.